Hey everybody, how's it going? So Tucker Carlson is absolutely a paid shill. This is undeniable at this point. Absolutely undeniable, okay? Before we get started though, guys, I just ask for a like and a subscribe. I'm not a shill. I don't sit here and beg for money or anything like that. I'm a small YouTuber. All I want to do is just grow, guys, and, that's it. I just tell it how it is, and I just ask for a like and a subscribe. So I genuinely appreciate you guys being here. Even the people that are pro Tucker Carlson, pro Candace Owens, and all that might not like me. I appreciate you at least clicking the video. I just ask that you watch to the end just so you hear my points. Because now, Tucker Carlson, Candace, Fuentes, why is it that they all are pointing the finger at conservatives, defending the left, and just in general doing a complete 180 on all of their ideas? It's really, really strange. Let's take a look at this real quick, and you'll see what I mean.
And it's cool because you have soccer games with foreigners at them and good burrata.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying maybe something about the heroic British spirit has been diminished with time. That's all I'm saying.
But there is a very lovely, quaint notion being built up in the United States, driven by people like Tommy Robinson here.
Who's Tommy Robinson?
You know Tommy Robinson.
He seems like a fraud to me.
Well, he's not even Tommy Robinson. His name's Stephen Yaxley. It's not even his real name. He's also convicted of multiple crimes. Thuggery, fraud.
I don't even know anything about him, but he doesn't seem like he's that into Britain.
We would call him a little shit.
So he doesn't know anything about him. Who is Tommy Robinson? So weird, isn't it? Isn't it very odd? The guy that's speaking out against all of the Durka Durka dudes in London that are blowing things up, sticking people with certain things, and also doing horrible, horrible, horrible things to women. All of the time. Now, I've had my contention with Tommy Robinson whenever I was doing the Lauren video that I had done a while ago. Okay, the Lauren Southern video. I did find a part of Tommy Robinson that was very hypocritical. And I'm going to be very forward with that. Whenever there was a Muslim guy that they allowed to speak at their freedom of speech event that was going on back in like 2018, he ended up lying about the free speech that this Muslim guy was supposed to go out and give a speech and whatnot. And he said that he was not welcome at the event when he actually was welcome at the event. Now, I think that was just Tommy Robinson's bias coming in, and he didn't want the flack from his audience of, oh, you allowed a Muslim to speak? So he kind of like put a stopper on it. I don't know what the full intent was, but it was a lie. But at the end of the day, he has absolutely been talking common sense for over a decade now. Of, hey, these people are here. There are roving gangs. They are growing. They are getting worse. They're getting more violent. This has to stop. And what's wrong with that? Specifically, what is wrong with that? Everybody makes mistakes every now and then. I'm not saying Tommy Robinson did the right thing or that it's necessarily even forgivable for what he did. But what I am saying is it's one mistake that I managed to catch out of thousands and thousands of hours of video footage that he has put out there on the internet, speaking up about this exact incident that he's been going on about for so long. That's not exactly bad, okay? Everybody makes mistakes.
Right? However,
But the real people here, the actual Britons.
But this idea that he's driven, that we're on the
Oh, he's not a real person. He's not actually British. Okay.
verge of some sort of civil war here. Do you feel that when you walk around?
No, because that's my point. You're so passive.
We're not passive.
They take your human rights away, and you're like, oh, defending a and it's cool.
Now, Tucker does go on his rant of like how bad Britain is and how it's being overran still, but why is he calling out Tommy Robinson like this? So, who is Tommy Robinson? Gee, I only can wonder. But you know what? We could do better than that. We could do much better.
Become a mere shadow of the nation that gave us freedom of speech, freedom of the press, a host of other rights that we take for granted, but probably should not take for granted. Nobody knows that better than Tommy Robinson. In May of this year, he was arrested for attempting to cover the trial of a sexual grooming gang in the UK for speaking out loud on the sidewalk. He was taken to prison with barely any time to muster a defense. He was tried and sentenced to 13 months in jail.
Now, I want you to keep this in mind. I'm going to show you some evidence as to why Tucker Carlson's doing this. He is probably bought out by the Muslims. Not even kidding.
Now, after more than 2 months behind bars in solitary confinement, during which time he was attacked by journalists in the UK, almost nobody defended him. But tonight he has been released on bail after winning an appeal. Tommy Robinson joins us now for his first and only interview. Tommy Robinson, thank you very much for agreeing to talk to us. I know that you've spent the last 2.5 months by yourself in a cell, so you're probably feeling a little bit bewildered to be out. Tell us what it was like for you behind bars.
For me, behind bars, the way I was treated, I was taken to a prison with quite a low Muslim population. What I'm known for is criticising Islam, so there's been many planned attempts to murder me and kill me in this country. I was taken to a prison with a low Muslim population of 7%, where things were relatively normal. I was separated from other prisoners, but the prison officers made sure they opened my doors multiple times during the day, and they took me out to play pool and snooker with themselves. I was then taken from that prison and transferred to another prison. And I was transferred to the prison with the largest Muslim population in the UK for a CCAT prison. I was then put on solitary confinement, where I spent 2 months not seeing or speaking to anybody, and they used the reason that I was in danger. Now, they would have had risk assessment.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? Absolutely unbelievable. So you can see the full 7-minute interview here if you want to go watch this. And of course, you know, look at this.
Did
Tucker
stand up from
Carlson.
the table.
Okay.
Never had an argument with a Muslim, with an actual Muslim. I'm from Bangladesh. I'm a Muslim. We probably agree on a lot. The secular self-hating whites that stand up from the table and leave when I'm eating with them here.
About Sharia law. A strikingly large number of Muslims would like to see it supplant civil law in the countries in which they live.
Did you feel threatened walking around?
No, not at all.
Of course.
Again, who's going to do anything? Pakistanis are all super nice to me, and the whites are all kind of craven and sad. No, you're totally safe here, man.
In the United States.
It is really weird. Like, he talks about how the UK's taking away their rights and stuff, but he's not wanting to criticize anybody Muslim anymore. Isn't that a little odd?
Driven by people like Tommy Robinson here.
Who's Tommy Robinson?
You know Tommy
And of course,
Robinson.
we got that part.
Times.
Thinking about him, but he doesn't seem.
Has become a mere shadow of the nation.
And
that
then, of
gave
course,
us
they
legal
show this
investigation on
part.
the
So
side.
they're
Taking
already-
journalist Carlson joins himself in a second.
They got on this quick. People got the video edits quickly on this one. Now, here's this, too.
On the trial of a grooming gang, as I would call it, a rape squad. It's a cause, as you rightly say, that he's believed in for so many years. And he's one of those people who's been calling this out relentlessly, despite all of the slurs that are made against him. And yet, within 5 hours, he was arrested, he was tried, and he was sent to prison for 13 months, and none of us were allowed to talk about it, write about it, mention it, because there was also a ban on any of the media speaking about it.
Well,
And
that's the
have to
part I
say,
don't
Tucker,
understand.
These are very dark times in the UK. It's a very curious feeling in this country at the moment, and I would say the country is on a knife edge. There is a real sense now that we are against our own government, that the establishment is working against us, and in order to cleanse voices...
So we get it. He's talked about Tommy Robinson multiple times.
Robinson in the UK is spending 13 months in jail. His crime, trying to cover the trial of a sex grooming ring.
I mean, it's just crazy. Oh, and this one, that's a replay of the 7-minute one. That one, too. Yeah, this is crazy. So, here's this. Omid Malik is a Pakistani investor who invested $15 million in the Tucker Carlson company. He won't say anything about them. You sold out. That's just a fact now. Okay? He has absolutely sold out. Now, the quartering says, I don't always agree with everyone. That's normal and also applies to Tucker Carlson. But what in the Kentucky Fried Frick is going on here? He sounds like a leftist, and he does. Candace Owens yesterday retweeted a leftist who infiltrated TPUSA. Okay? Defending the left and then telling people that, well, Jesus dined with prostitutes and stuff like that. This is not the way Jesus would act. That's not what Jesus did. Jesus dined with prostitutes to tell them to stop doing it. He said, sin no more. Telling her, you can't do this. So if you think Jesus wasn't judging, you're wrong. He straight up told the sinners that they cannot be doing what they're doing. And it's unbelievable to see how these people are. Believe it or not, there's a little trick I've learned. Reading this Bible has absolutely made me realize who is left and who is right wing. Because all you got to do is know what the scriptures actually say. It's very simple. You can even do this as an atheist. It's crazy. You don't have to be a Christian. All you have to do is catch the people lying about what the Bible's actually saying. That's all you got to do. It's pretty simple, right? You don't have to be Christian at all. You don't have to be religious whatsoever. It's not about that. It's just amazing how many people will go out there and be like, thou shalt not judge. It's one of the 10 commandments. And then you're like, what? Excuse me? You know what I mean? Check it out. Like, seriously. Just anytime. All you have to do, you don't even have to have the Bible on, like, knowledgeable off the top of your head. Anytime anybody says anything referencing the Bible whatsoever, type in exactly what it is that they said and Google the full context. It's pretty simple. And then you'll find out that they're lying 9 times out of 10 if they're a leftist. It's pretty crazy. Candace Owens does it often. Tucker Carlson. I don't know if Tucker Carlson does or not, but I've seen Candace Owens and Nick Fuentes both absolutely misquote the Bible. It's unbelievable. You know what's weird is Candace gets really offended when people say Bible verses to her at all. She claims to be a Christian. Why would that be offensive? You would think that she'd be like, yeah, I apply this in my life daily. You know, it's my life, right? My life is Christianity, therefore I would apply any scripture to my life daily, therefore anybody saying a scripture to me, even if they're being tongue-in-cheek, shouldn't be that offensive. Know what I mean? Because they're saying things that she should ultimately just agree with. I just find it to be very, very, very weird. But what do you guys think? Is Tucker Carlson completely and totally bought by Qatar? I think he is. I think he really, did I say Tommy Robinson? Tucker Carlson. Tommy Robinson, I don't know which one I said. Tucker Carlson, though, is what I meant. So, let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share. Guys, you all are amazing. I genuinely wish I could thank each and every one of you personally for just coming here and watching. I try to keep up with all the comments, but wow. I didn't know there would be so many comments. But seriously, thank you. I'm going to keep trying. You guys are amazing. I'll be live streaming starting again next week. This week's been crazy chaotic. I didn't expect the holidays to be this chaotic, but they just are. I mean, it's like I just forgot from last year. I'll just wipe my memory clean of it because of how crazy it is with kids. But it is what it is. Thank you all again. I'll see you in the next one. Later.